Hey everyone, I'm Madhan. Welcome to my JavaScript video series. Today, I'm going to talk about variables and constants in JavaScript. In the last video, I was talking about how to write the first program in JavaScript. If you didn't see that video, you can check in the above link. Alright, this is what we have written. We have an index file and JS file as well. Now, let me talk about variable first. What is a variable? A variable is simply a storage space. Variables can actually help us in order to store data. That's it. Okay, consider it as a storage space. Now, in order to use these variables, how can we declare and how to use it? Let's say let is a keyword that we are using to declare the name of the variable. Let space name of the variable, employee name, and here I'm going to add Madhan. Employee name is a variable here. I have declared it with the let keyword and also assigned a value Madhan to it. But if you see this, Madhan is a string. So whenever you are assigning a string to the variable, try to wrap up using double quotes or single quotes also fine. Quotation should be there. Either it could be a double quote or a single quote, right? If you provide it this way, it understands that it's a string, right? Let me declare one more variable, let designation, and it is web developer. This is the designation. I've declared two variables here and two variables got assigned with data. Now here you need not declare data type when you are declaring a variable. Based on what type of data that you are providing, this variable will be automatically store that data. There is no specific saying that you should supposed to decide before you going to assign a value. No, you need not do it here. You can simply create a variable and you can assign any type of data. What I mean by data type, here it is a string. Whenever I want to add a number, that's an integer. And when you want to add a float point number, 1.5, 2.5 like this, you can add it. So there is no need to declare data type before you assign data to a variable in JavaScript. You can simply declare it and you can add value to it. This is how you can create a variable and you can assign the data. Now what happens if you've done it this way? This Madhan will get stored inside this emp name, employee name. The employee name variable will hold this data Madhan inside it. Now whenever you want it, you can display it. Let's see that. I want to display this name. For that I am using console.log, and inside which you need to provide this variable. Let's save and run this. I can see only welcome here. Why? Because only one h1 tag is there. In order to check the output, we should supposed to check inside the console. Right click, inspect, and here it is. See here, a Madhan has been logged in the console just because I have assigned Madhan to employee name. Now let me quickly log the designation as well. Go here, console.log. This time it's designation, and go here, refresh, right click, inspect, console. See this. This is how you can assign any value to the variable and you can even use it whenever you want it. Okay, fine. So far I just assigned strings. What if I want to assign number? Let salary equals to, let's say, 90,000. Now there is a difference here. Whenever you are adding a number, you should not wrap it inside the quotes. Only string should be wrapped inside the quotations. Okay, don't wrap number inside the quotes. What happens if you wrap a number inside the quote? That also will be considered as a string simply. If you add a number inside the quotation, this will think that this number is also a string. I'll show you the difference in a while. I'm going to show you math functions. There you could see the difference, right? For now, let's log the salary as well. Console.log salary, save, go here, refresh, inspect. Alright, this is how you can store the data and you can retrieve it whenever you want. Now, let's go to do some math. I'm going to add one more variable called x and I'm adding a number into it. As I mentioned, you should not wrap inside the quotes. Let x is 100 and one more thing, y 200. Save. Now 100 and 200 got saved in x and y variables. Now I want to do some math here. Let's do that. I'm going to assign one more variable where I'm just going to store the output. After performing math on this x and y, the data has to store somewhere in order to retrieve it. Alright. So let sum is a variable that I am declaring. After that, x plus y. 100 has got stored in x, 200 has got stored in y. Now I'm just trying to provide x plus y here. Now the addition will be performed on x and y. The output will get stored inside the sum. In order to check that, log the sum here. Console.log sum. Go and check the output. Right click, inspect, console, see here is 300. Now I'll show you the difference. Why I mentioned you should not use quotations in order to wrap the numbers. Let's try to do that and see how the output will be. Now you see this output is 300, right? Let's wrap this inside the quotes. I mentioned this will be considered as a string. So this time go here, refresh, inspect, console, see this 100, 200. Why? Because this 100 and 200 will be considered as strings. Whenever you try to use plus symbol between two strings will get concatenated and displayed it on the output. That's what you have seen. 100 plus 200, just because those are wrapped in quotations, they are considered as strings. That's why you have seen 100, 200 in the output. This is why when you're adding a number, try to make sure you add it without quotes. All right. This is about variables. Now, if you want, you can check the output again. This time it should display 300. Here it is. This is about variables and we will do a lot more in the coming classes. Now, what is meant by a constant here? So for variables, if you want, you can reassign the value. That's what a variable is. Variable in the sense, you can reassign the value. Even though the value has been assigned it once, one more time if you want, you can reassign. That's what we call it as a variable. Let me quickly show you what I mean by that. So salary is 90,000 here. For the same salary variable, I'm just going to assign one more. This time it is just 10,000. Now, here I just declared it and I have given an input as 90,000 as a salary. Now next, in the next line, I've given 10,000 rupees. What happens now? Which value it gonna display when it hits with console.log? Is it 10,000 or is it 90,000, or it throws any error? Any guess? Anyone? Put it in the comment section. Okay, let me see that. Refresh, inspect, go here. See this. This can be override. That's what we call it as a variable. You can reassign the values anytime you want. Okay. First you have given 90, then you have given 10, and whenever I log the console.log here, it is displaying 10,000. What if I put this in between these two? This time, any guess? Let me know in the comment section what could be the answer. Let's check it. See this. First console.log has displayed 90,000 and the second one has displayed 10,000. This is how values can be changed inside the variable. Now, other one we are going to talk about is a constant. Name itself is suggesting it's a constant. You should not change the value once you assign it. Okay, in order to declare a constant, we use const as a keyword and followed by name of the constant. This time I am giving empid, employee ID. As you know, ID won't change. I am giving it as 2. Now let's log this. Console.log empid. Alright, let's go refresh and see. You can see ID is 2. Now I mentioned you should not reassign the value if it is a constant. Let's check what happens if I try to assign one more value to it. empid, it's a constant. I'm just trying to assign one more value here, 3 this time. Now what happens now? Will it display 3 or 2 or it throws an error? Give it a try. Anyway, let's see the output. See this. Uncaught type error, assignment to constant variable. You are just changing the value to the constant. It's not allowed. That's the difference between a variable and a constant. So this is all about variables and constants in JavaScript.